Welcome back. So, have you ever read a story and just felt like, wow, this is perfect? Like every single word, every character, every tiny plot twist belonged exactly where it was? Well, that feeling? It's not magic. It's actually the result of a foundational literary concept. Today, we're diving into the secret engine behind a perfect story in this explainer, organic unity. Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover what is organic unity, the features of organic unity, seeing it in action, what happens when unity breaks down, why it actually matters, and finally, we'll wrap up with the organic unity test. Pay close attention because you'll need to pass that test at the end. Section 1. What is organic unity? Holding stories together. To kick things off, we really have to ask the fundamental question, what actually holds a compelling story together? Okay, let's dive right into this. Organic unity is the principle that all parts of a literary work are interconnected and contribute to a single coherent whole. I really want you to focus on those two crucial phrases there, interconnected and coherent whole. Literally nothing in a good story exists in isolation. Honestly, the best way to think about this is through a biological metaphor. A story breathes and lives precisely because all of its distinct pieces work together in absolute harmony. It's just like the organs of a living body working together to sustain life. The elements of a prose work, the plot, the characters, the setting, the theme, they all function together to create a unified effect. Think about it. If one organ fails, the whole body suffers. And if one story element is out of place, the entire narrative suffers.
Section 2. Features of organic unity. The anatomy of a story.
So, there are four main features that layer together to create this unity. First up is the interconnection of elements. This just means every single aspect serves a purpose. Characters, events, descriptions, they're never random. They always support the central message. Second is consistency and coherence. The story unfolds logically and all parts fit naturally. That means absolutely no unnecessary episodes distracting you. Third, we've got harmony of form and content. The actual way the story is told, like the language or the structure, complements what it's about, which really enhances the emotional impact. And finally, a unified effect. Because of those first three features, readers experience the work as a complete, meaningful whole rather than just a bunch of separate pieces mashed together. It leaves a lasting impression.
Section 3. Organic unity in action. Recognizable examples. Let's see how this actually builds.
Let's ground this with Ernest Hemingway's classic, The Old Man in the Sea. Notice how Hemingway perfectly integrates every single piece here. The plot is Santiago's intense struggle with the marlin. The setting, the vast, unforgiving sea. The symbolism lies in the fish and the sharks, and all of this drives home one central theme, perseverance. Imagine trying to remove the setting of the sea or just taking away the sharks. You can't do it. None of these elements can be removed without significantly weakening the overall meaning of the story.
And this brilliantly illustrates that organic unity isn't just reserved for dense classic literature. Look at a simple fable like The Tortoise and the Hare. It's incredibly simple, sure, but it is structurally perfect. The characters, the plot of the race, the specific events where the overconfident hare sleeps while the tortoise keeps moving, literally every single detail supports the theme that slow and steady wins the race. Nothing in this narrative feels unnecessary. It's basically a masterclass in efficiency and unity.
Section 4. When unity breaks down, breaking narrative rules. So, what exactly happens when a writer completely ignores this structure?
Let's take Maria. She studies hard for a science test, spends days reviewing, feels super confident. Makes sense so far, right? But suddenly, the story switches to a long, highly detailed description of unrelated aliens visiting Earth. Wait, what? The aliens never even meet Maria. They have zero effect on her test outcome. And later, Maria just gets a high score anyway. This jarring alien invasion is wildly unrelated. It doesn't contribute to the main story about Maria's preparation at all, and it completely ruins the story's cohesion.
Section 5. Why organic unity matters. The payoff of structure. Now let's talk about the payoff. Why should writers and readers actually care about this? Well, when a story avoids random alien invasions and sticks to a cohesive structure, the benefits are huge. Organic unity massively enhances the artistic quality of the prose. Because everything makes logical sense, it makes the work way more believable and deeply engaging. It heavily strengthens the communication of the core themes. But honestly, most importantly for us as readers, it creates a profoundly satisfying reading experience. When all the parts contribute to a coherent whole, it just feels right. Section 6. The Organic Unity Test. Time to test your skills. All right, let's make this interactive. I'm going to read a few short scenarios based on our source material, and I want you to play along.
You have to decide, does this story have organic unity? Yes or no?
Here is Scenario 1. Ben trains every day for a basketball tournament. He practices dribbling, shooting, and teamwork. During the tournament, his hard work helps his team win. Does this have organic unity? Take a second, lock in your guess.
The answer is yes. This is a perfectly unified story. All parts of the narrative seamlessly support Ben's hard work, his training, and that final tournament win. Every detail serves a purpose. Great job if you got that one. Let's look at the next scenario. Scenario 2. Liza wants to become a doctor. The story discusses her pre-med studies and volunteer work, but right in the middle, there's a 2-page description of a random mountain that has absolutely zero connection to Liza's goal. Think about it.
And the answer is no. So the crucial point here is that this random mountain completely breaks the narrative unity. Much like those aliens in Maria's science test story, this totally unrelated detour destroys the flow and serves zero thematic purpose. Okay, last true or false scenario.
Scenario 3. A story about friendship suddenly includes a detailed explanation of how to repair a motorcycle, and this information is never used by the characters. Does this unexpected mechanical detour fit the central theme? What do you think?
The answer is absolutely no. Because the information is entirely useless to the characters in the plot, it completely destroys the harmonious relationship of the story's elements. It's just an unnecessary episode that distracts from the main purpose of the whole shebang.
To wrap up our explainer today, I want to leave you with this provocative challenge question directly from our source material. Explain why the statement, "Every event, character, and detail helps develop the theme of courage," shows organic unity. Think about everything we've covered today. If you're writing a story, or even just analyzing one, how must every single piece serve that one central idea? Let that sink in the next time you pick up a book or put pen to paper. Thank you so much for exploring the mechanics of a perfect story with me, and keep learning.